few minutes ago, the air siren stopped because we had a warning of another air alarm. And this means that people are prepared that another attack might happen. And this is the reality of the war in Ukraine, when you don't know when and where Russia will strike.
Please do tell us about these latest strikes, these latest reported strikes this morning, of course, following 2 days of strikes.
Well, for Kharkiv, this night was especially difficult. The city was attacked at about 8 p.m. yesterday evening, when a lot of people were outside. This is the evening before the New Year Eve. And then the horrific attack happened on Kharkiv Palace, the biggest hotel in Kharkiv, which is a landmark, a symbol of the city. And actually, this is the first hotel which was directly hit by Russia. And as we found out later today, Russian Ministry of Defense stated that they deliberately targeted the hotel because they call it the base for NATO mercenaries and NATO base, actually. So it's luckily that not many people were at the hotel at that time, but as we know for now, the German TV team from ZDF was staying at the hotel, and one of the team members, a journalist, was injured.
Okay, so I mean, you mentioned that this happened when a lot of people would have been out celebrating. Was there any expectation or any warning that these strikes would come?
Well, Ukrainian authorities and air defense are concerned about the strikes that Russia usually makes on big holidays in Ukraine, because when we speak with you, for example, today, there were already several air sirens in Kyiv, and more missiles were launched today for Ukraine. So Ukrainians receive these warnings. But the matter is that Kharkiv is so close to the border with Russia that you don't have any time to take shelter. Usually you will hear the explosion and then the air sirens will start, because the missiles make it to Kharkiv in just seconds or a matter of a few minutes.
Okay, well, you're in Kyiv now. What is the atmosphere like there?
Well, it's quite grim, I would say. Never so even before the New Year Eve, people are not really in a mode of celebrating because 2 days ago there was a huge, massive attack on Ukraine, and still today more bodies are found under the rubble, and we don't know even the total number of people who were killed in this huge, massive attack on major Ukrainian cities. And as I have said just a few minutes ago, the air siren stopped because we had a warning of another air alarm. And this means that people are prepared that another attack might happen. And this is the reality of the war in Ukraine, when you don't know when and where Russia will strike.
So presumably, as you've just mentioned, it's not the atmosphere of a New Year's Eve, and presumably anything that might have been in place is cancelled, or do things still go on?
Well, we don't have, since the war started, any mass celebrations or mass gatherings of people, because they can easily become a target for Russian attack. The only thing is there are some decorations, because people still have children and they want to bring some happiness to children, go to see the Christmas tree, and that's mostly it. But when also take in account when there is an air siren in Ukraine, this means that everything is closed. So I have seen today parents with children hurrying up to the bomb shelter when they hear the air sirens. This means that even if you have a child and you want to go to some place where the child can enjoy the Christmas tree, then in the sound of air siren, you will have to leave and take your child to the basement.
I can imagine it's very difficult to wish a person a happy new year in these circumstances. But Maria, what do you see when you look ahead to 2024 and the situation in Ukraine and in Kyiv, where you are?
Well, me, as most of the people, are looking forward for more aid to come to Ukraine. This will be the best present for everyone here, because Ukraine depends on this aid from our allies a lot, and from Britain as well. So we were thankful, and we are thankful for all the countries that were standing with us for almost 2 years now. And we hope that this support will continue in the upcoming year, because this is vital, because we are ready to fight. Ukrainians are ready to fight and continue, but we have to have our partners with us, because without that, we won't be able to make it just by ourselves.